we are delighted that tonight we come together to once again renew the American spirit and put real leadership back in the White House this November.
The election of Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan will decisively move America to a better future. Remembering President Reagan reminds us that the choices we make matter, and this year is as important as the choice we made in 1980.
Over 3 decades have passed since Ronald Reagan was first elected to the White House. Yet the impact of his leadership is still evident today. While in office, President Reagan had 3 major goals: to restore the economy, to revive the American spirit, and to defeat totalitarianism, spreading democracy throughout the world.
By remaining true to his convictions, through his belief in the American people, and with tremendous optimism, President Reagan achieved these goals.
It's striking how President Carter and President Obama both took our nation down a path that in 4 years weakened America's confidence in itself and our hope for a better future.
Both weakened the respect for America abroad. Both increased government programs filled with waste and inefficiency that failed to produce results. Both made promises they couldn't keep, and as a consequence of ineffective policies, both were unable to revive our economy and create jobs.
For example, both crippled American energy production when there were better ways to develop and use our abundant energy resources. The Romney Plan for North American energy independence is exactly the kind of bold, visionary leadership Reagan believed in, and it is what we need now.
The Reagan presidency also teaches us that there is a better way to put Americans back to work, create millions of jobs, and help every American achieve success. The Reagan program of tax cuts, regulatory reform, and spending controls worked.
Reagan's belief in small business owners and entrepreneurs is a remarkable contrast with Obama's class warfare rhetoric, massive deficits, and a passion for taxing those who create jobs. The Romney Plan for a stronger middle class has deep roots in Ronald Reagan's approach.
Reagan's commitment to reform welfare and to create a work requirement was a major achievement when he was governor of California. His pioneering work led to the historic welfare reform bill Congress and the President passed 30 years later. This bipartisan legislation reduced the size of government, made our country more competitive, and put millions of Americans back to work.
Tragically, President Obama gutted this achievement, and like Jimmy Carter, over 4 years, he produced little effective legislation that brought the two parties together in the interest of the nation. Obama's waiving of the work requirements and welfare reform is just one example of his direct repudiation of President Reagan's values. Obama's proud of what he's done and of his politically motivated partisanship, but he should be ashamed for putting politics before people.
Governor Romney will return America to work and to the principles that are at the core of President Reagan's legacy.